All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. When I was a kid, Robin, there was a park on Long Island that I could ride my bicycle to. They had a bicycle trail for kids, and it was called Salisbury Park. They changed the name to Eisenhower Park, and there was a museum in Eisenhower Park. And if you went, and it was free, and you walked into the museum, and you would look at all like a replica of the Declaration of Independence and things like of that sort. And in a glass case, they had what they claimed was a lock of George Washington's hair, a little tiny little piece of hair, and it said right there it was George Washington's hair. And I was, isn't that cool? I wonder if they got it when he was dead or alive. I never knew. I never knew. George Washington's gavel is a treasure. It's an American treasure, and it's coming to Ocala, and we're going to talk about this. You've probably heard us talk about it before, but of course we were just reading to you. Today we have some guests who are going to be able to tell you everything about this. And let me make sure I introduce them correctly. They have titles. Right Worshipful Bill Katsoulis is the District Deputy Grand Master. Am I right? Am I saying that right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. Well, good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Gosh,
it's a pleasure to be here.
A lot of stuff to read here. And Glenn Lee Garner is here. Glenn is the, Worshipful Glenn Lee Garner. Lizette, do you call him worshipful? No, okay. A past master of Ornan Lodge, number 117. Am I saying it right?
In Williston.
In Williston. Oh, I love Williston. It always looks like Mayberry to me. Doesn't Williston look like Mayberry?
Sometimes.
Yeah. You're the chairman of the George Washington Gavel Committee. Wow. And so the gavel is coming here, and we're going to find out about it right now. I have so many notes, but I'd rather talk to you guys. It's going to be at several different locations, it looks like. So, Bill and Glenn, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be here.
So the gavel, where is it right now?
The gavel is located in custody of Potomac Lodge number 5 in Washington, D.C., and it's in a bank vault behind a plexiglass window.
Right now in D.C.?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to have it for a while?
Yes, sir. I had the opportunity to visit that lodge in May of last year and was informed about the gavel. They gave me the gavel pin. They asked me would I like to go see it, and I said no.
Oh.
I found out the gavel travels. We made arrangements to travel, bring the gavel into Ocala.
Right.
That's when I want to see it, and I want to share it with.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
I have not seen it.
Why did you say no when you were given an opportunity?
Because I wanted to share that experience with my brother Masons and my friends and family here in Ocala.
Oh, that is cool. I mean, do you get to hold it, or does it stay in the plexiglass box?
No, it's an archive that we don't touch it or we don't handle it. It's under the care of Potomac Lodge, and they're white gloves, and it's a very delicate item, and it's.
So we all get to see it.
There's a committee of 3 brothers from Potomac Lodge number 5, the Worshipful Master and 2 other brothers, who travel with the gavel. They're selected every year.
So the gavel travelers.
They travel. It was in Phoenix last year, and this will only be the 2nd time it's ever been on an airplane.
Oh my!
It's 225 years in September that this gavel has been.
Was George Washington a Mason?
He was
sir.
Yes, sir. He was a master of his lodge in Alexandria, Virginia, and he did this ceremony in Masonic regalia as the President of the United States and a Mason.
What is Masonic? What did you say? Regalia?
Regalia. He had on his apron, a Masonic apron.
Oh, really?
Gloves and yes, sir.
Okay, and is that something that non-Masons wouldn't know? Because I don't even know what that looks like. Well, or is that a secret?
We don't have a whole lot of secrets.
Okay.
But we really don't. Everybody knows where our lodges are. Everybody knows what time we meet.
The lodge we went to for the fish dinner the other day, I mean, we have those folks in here all the time.
Marion Dunn Lodge, you're welcome to go.
Yeah, they come in here all the time to promote different things. A fish fry, for example, we went to on Friday, and etc. So the gavel, what is the symbolism? What does a gavel represent?
The gavel was used to lay the cornerstone for the nation's capital. And as a Masonic ceremony, George Washington laid the Masonic gavel upon that stone that laid the corner for the nation's capital.
And what does that signify? What does that mean for the? Can you translate to what the meaning of that is? Is there a deeper meaning than simply?
Not really.
Well, the cornerstone is the strongest and the first and most important stone that you build the building out of. An operative mason, every building has a cornerstone. It's the very first stone that's laid, and it's typically laid in the northeast corner, symbolically, and you build the building from that. So as masons,
is that right? I never knew that.
We build our spiritual self and our lives as men on that foundation.
So I don't really know about how to build a building. So all buildings have a cornerstone?
All buildings have a cornerstone, whether they consecrate it or not.
Is it always functional, or is it symbolic?
Well, it's functional because it's where you start the building from. It's true and square in its position when it's laid, then all the rest of the stones.
And there's Masonic symbols on a lot of buildings around the country.
Yeah, my grandfather has a Masonic symbol, the protractor, the compass, on his
square and compass.
Square and compass on his headstone.
Yes.
And I remember when he died, the Masons came and did some kind of a ceremony at the gravesite. So, and my uncle was among them, so he must have been a Mason also.
That is correct.
Will there be a ceremony when the gavel arrives here? For the gavel?
Yes.
Well, we're doing some events, obviously, that are on the flyer, and they're going to be on the radio today, and
yeah, that's what we want to hear.
There will be a ceremony at the Masonic Lodge, but they do a presentation with it. It's not just a matter of just looking at it. They do a little presentation.
Okay.
And they take questions and answers. It's a very important piece of American history because not only did it lay the cornerstone of the Capitol, but it's laid the cornerstone of the Smithsonian Institution. It laid the cornerstone of, and that was in 1847. James Polk did that. James Buchanan used it to dedicate the equestrian statue of George Washington in 1860. President McKinley used it at the George Washington Centennial Observance at Mount Vernon in 1899. Roosevelt used it, Taft, Harding, Herbert Hoover, Truman.
Really? Wow.
Eisenhower. And also, which was really kind of, I found very interesting, was that the Queen of England used it.
Really?
To lay the cornerstone of the British Embassy in Washington, D.C.
So when you say lay the cornerstone, it's a symbolic thing.
They use it in a ceremony. The stone is anointed with corn, wine, and oil, and then they wrap it with the gavel.
So am I, by the way.
It. You know,
I'm also anointed.
That's good. That's good.
So the Masons, I mean, forgive me, I don't know the history of the Masons, but the Masons were an entity in England, and then
yes, ma'am,
they came over here.
It kind of transferred like everything else does. The Masonic fraternity is in almost every country in the world.
So I have the camera now on you. You brought us this beautiful poster to show us the George Washington gavel and this narrative underneath it to kind of explain. But if we want to go see it, there's all the dates. Okay, so right now this is coming to Ocala. So give us that information. How do we go see the gavel? And does every one of those dates, is there going to be an explanation at all of them?
Open
narrative?
And there'll be a presentation with open for questioning.
There's some public events and some private events. Obviously, the Westport High School is the first event, and the Gavel Committee and all the Masons that I've talked to are super excited about going to Westport High School. The Marion County School Superintendent was very accommodating and offered that school because it has the largest
auditorium,
and student body with 2,500 high school students.
Wow!
So we're going to show it in 2 presentations there, to at least 650 in each one.
Wow!
And it's going to be kind of hard to get on campus.
Is it completely made of wood, or is there metal on it? It looks like there's metal on it.
That's gold. That's a gold cap.
A gold cap.
Wow.
That's engraved to show that was the gavel that was used. You know, there's replicas that you can buy. And that's 7/8 from the Capitol gift shop.
So is the handle wood and the head of the hammer, is that marble or something? What is
it's marble. made out of the same material that the Capitol building was made out of.
The cherry wood. It's a cherry wood handle.
Oh, wow.
Washington and
very
cherry
symbolic.
tree.
So Westport is March 23rd.
Yep.
Is that just for the students, or is that
that's going to be for the students?
That's for the students.
You have to check in through security and things like that.
Will some of the students there that attend, are they part of the Rainbow Girls and the?
We have no way of knowing that.
I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
It's just any of the students that want to. We're letting the high school handle who is going to the presentations. You know, the time was that Marion County School is not open on Friday, so we had to do it on Thursday afternoon and things like that. Now Friday during the day at lunchtime, we're going to be at the Kiwanis Club and the Elks Club for their luncheon.
Okay.
And that's kind of a private event. You know, if you're an Elk or a Kiwanis, you can go to that, and there'll be a few Masons there. And then we arranged the library at the College of Central Florida contacted us and offered us a time slot of a couple hours in their library.
And that's on the 24th?
And that's on the 24th from 2 to 4 p.m. There'll be a presentation, probably about 2:15, to give people time to get in there. And we're using the bigger part of the library. And so that's being circulated through the school.
Okay.
And then Friday night, we're at the Shrine Club, the Ocala Shrine Club.
We're doing a host reception committee party. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres.
Is that open to the public, that one?
It is open to the public.
Okay.
There will be a $30 charge for that one.
Okay.
Or a donation, because we're using that to pay for the venue.
How much is the...
It's $30.
No, but I mean, how much is it to get the
gavel?
Yeah.
It's about $4,000.
Oh my
gosh! What it costs to get it down here?
My gosh!
You have to consider we have plane tickets for 3 men, round trip.
Lodging.
We have the lodging.
They have an easy job, don't they? Can you imagine him being the bodyguard of a gavel?
It's actually handcuffed to his wrist in a box.
Really?
Wow.
It's serious. This.
How heavy is it?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Not very many people get to pick it up and handle it.
Okay. But so the box is handcuffed to his wrist.
It has to be.
Does he go to the bathroom with somebody?
I don't know.
They travel in threes.
We don't know. We may have said more than we should, but, I mean, that's going to be public knowledge that's how it has to travel. It's this. Obviously, the Declaration of Independence, like Lizette said earlier in our conversation, we were talking, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and all these things are absolutely priceless objects. But this gavel should also be considered that it is part of our history.
Absolutely.
On so many, Washington Cathedral in Washington D.C. the cornerstone was laid with this.
We have in Ocala at the fire station across from Tuscola Park. We have a piece of one of the beams from the World Trade Center tower.
That's correct.
And I think I want everybody to know about it. So if you're interested in history, you can go see that. This is going to be in Ocala just for a few days, really. And if you want to, and this is, equal, if not greater of significance than that. And I would say mark these dates down. So let me take the break. And then I know we kind of went over the dates, but I want to do it again.
We have Saturday as well. So we'll come back and we'll talk about Saturday.
Yes, and we'll make sure we get them all in there. So if you're listening and you want to know where you can see the George Washington gavel and when, and I know we're talking kind of all over the map because that's just the way I do interviews. but we're gonna give it to you like in Robin's form, like very organized. so that you can write it all down, and we'll be right back with that conversation after this. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Monday, plenty of clouds along with a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm in places with highs mainly in the 70s. For Monday night, cloudy with rain and a thunderstorm early, and remaining mostly cloudy late with lows in the 50s to near 60. For Tuesday, clouds breaking for some sunshine. A breezy, somewhat cooler day with a high in the mid-60s in the northern part of the zone to the low and mid-70s in the south. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Next Generation MD is the future of healthcare now. Listen in the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to learn how the future in PRP treatments are here in our area. Find out the many ways that Dr. Juan Jordan, MD, Charles Brooks, NP, and case manager Mark Shaw have brought the family medicine practice to a new level. Hear from the very people that benefit from the fine work they have done in this field. Next Generation MD every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Leprechaun Soft Wash is the roof washing method that is safe and effective on shingles, tile, metal and shake roofs, vinyl, wood, aluminum, hardy board and stucco siding, driveways, pavers, and the list goes on. Leprechaun Soft Wash is fully insured and uses biodegradable cleaning products. Plus, Leprechaun Soft Wash offers a spot-free warranty on roof cleanings. Call 751-2325.
No more blimey roof stains with Leprechaun Soft Wash. 751-2325.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner, and Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Instagram is also good for real estate because it's searchable. So you can search for a hashtag like a city name or even a certain neighborhood and find a listing you may not have seen otherwise. Rooms with candlelight and soft music help people eat about 120 fewer calories per meal compared to eating somewhere bright and loud. Would you like to be more likable and considered great leadership material? Just use your hand gestures wisely.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, 8 minutes before 10 o'clock, and I learned through the break that I had a lot of stuff wrong. So I should have actually read before we started. In the studio to help me with this is Right Worshipful Bill Katsoulis. I got to join the Masons just so I want to be called Worshipful. You're the District Deputy Grand Master. How big is the district?
9 lodges, almost 1,000 Masons.
Wow. And Worshipful Glenn Lee Garner is here with the true master of ceremonies, Lizette. Glenn is the past master of Ornan Lodge number 117 in Williston. And we're talking about I'm going to say it right now, it's not George Washington's gavel, it's the George Washington gavel, which is coming to Ocala March 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Some of the kids, the students, I should say, at Westport High School will get to see it on the 23rd. That's pretty much for them alone. And then on the 24th at the Kiwanis Luncheon, that's pretty much for the Ocala Elks Club.
Elks and the Kiwanis.
And the Kiwanis, okay. And then on the 24th, again, later in the day, from 2 to 4, that's going to be at the library at the college, right, across the street?
Of Central Florida, Building 3.
Building number 3 from 2 to 4.
And there will be some signs when you come in directing you to where it is, because I had a hard time finding the library. And
where do you live?
I live in Williston.
Oh, okay. Oh, you both live in Williston.
Williston.
Oh, okay, okay. I used to go through Williston. I used to live in Dunellen, so I would go through Williston on my way to...
Well, if you went through Williston to come here for work, and you live in Dunellen, that's
not what I was saying.
Kind of out of the way.
I would go from Dunellen to Gainesville.
Okay.
Back in those days, yeah, I was going to Gainesville a lot. Okay, and then also on the 24th in the evening, there's a welcome reception. This is something you might want to go to because Robin, heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Heavy.
Ooh,
Heavy
I love
orders.
them.
That's a $30 donation, and you can be part of that presentation as well. Then Saturday the 25th at the Marion Dunn. Is this for? Oh, this is for Master Masons only.
Just in the morning. It's an early thing for Master Masons to come and be a part of a lodge meeting where the gavel will be presented. The Grand Master of Masons of Florida, Stanley L. Hudson, will be there.
Okay.
And other dignitaries.
And then finally on the 25th, it's a free public event from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. The Marion Dunn number 19 Masonic Lodge.
That's
this
right.
is where we had the fish the other day, right, Robin?
36th Avenue.
1846 Southeast 36th Avenue. We will put this all up on our Facebook page so that you can all go to our Facebook page and get the dates, times, and everything associated with this. So
you can also go to fldistrict15.org. That's our district website that has all the lodges on it and information. There's the flyers there and all that as well.
Okay. So this is a pretty big undertaking. You were mentioning off the air that when the college invited you, they offered you a room about the size of the room we're in now. And you said, we need a bigger room.
We need a bigger room.
Because
we have quite a few dignitaries coming. Of course, the grand historian who chronicles all the events in Florida Masonry. And he'll be there, and the Grand Master and the Grand Marshal, and a lot of folks that can't get there on Saturday are coming in town on Friday to see it at the college or come to the Shrine Club on Friday night. Worshipful Gardener has some friends coming from where?
Kentucky.
Oh, my.
Wow.
We've got people traveling in from Kentucky and Texas and Alabama.
Alabama?
So one of the things I was saying wrong that you corrected, I would like you to repeat on the air. I was calling it George Washington's Gavel.
It is the George Washington Gavel.
For the listeners, now I know you told me off the break, during the break, but tell the listeners what the difference is between the George Washington Gavel and George Washington's Gavel.
There's probably several George Washington Gavels out there running around. However, the George Washington Gavel is the one we're bringing into Ocala. That is the one that laid the cornerstone for the nation's capital.
It's funny, if you Google it, if you Google George Washington's Gavel, there'll be several.
Isn't that fascinating?
Wow. This is the George Washington Gavel, and if you Google the George Washington Gavel, one of those pictures is going to come up.
Does it mean that
he never owned this gavel? It was made for the specific purpose of laying the cornerstone of the Capitol.
And that's all it was ever used for.
But he used it.
He used it himself
as a Mason, not as the president.
And the president.
Oh, I see. It's both. Okay. And was the Mason Brotherhood, or whatever you call it,
Masonic fraternity,
was it the same back then as it is today?
Yes.
I would probably say yes.
Yes.
We're
honor, integrity, brotherly love, relief, truth.
And so a group of, was it all men?
All men.
All men.
Was that?
All men.
Still all men.
Still all men?
Still all men.
There's no women in it? What about
we have appendant bodies.
What are the Rainbow Girls? I thought they were
Rainbow Girls, Eastern Star. Those are daughters of Masons.
We refer to those as appendant bodies.
Or granddaughters of Masons.
Appendant bodies?
Appendant.
The Shrine.
Attached to us.
Probably the biggest appendant body that people don't realize that are Masons is the Shrine.
Oh, the Shrine.
Shrine hospitals.
Oh, right.
Masons,
Yeah.
And they're philanthropic.
Well, you guys do so much good work. I mean, we have guests in here all the time talking about fundraisers for this and helping out with children, and there's so many great things you do. And I think probably our biggest connection is Dr. Ramsey, right?
Yes.
He comes in and helps us understand a lot of that.
I think it's really amazing that somebody had the foresight to make the gavel and then preserve it and then to entrust it to you.
The lodge actually was a part of that. The Potomac Lodge, there was a lodge before them that had it, that it all worked out, but they've had it continuously for 225 years. And what really tickles me about it and excites a lot of other people is the history of, not that it was just used one time. It's been used and continued on. And when I talk
even
to
Eisenhower.
Roosevelt, Taft.
Was Eisenhower the last president to use it?
I don't know that.
Do you know I went to George Washington's retirement place?
Teddy Roosevelt used it to add on a new part of the Capitol building.
Did he really? I went to his grave.
1902.
I know where he's buried. I went to his grave.
Amazing.
They just continue to use it for different things, and they're not all great big things either. Some of them are a little smaller. They install.
Do you currently have a gavel that you use for different things?
I do.
A ceremonial gavel?
Well, one that I received many years ago. When you become a master of a lodge, typically the lodge will present you a gavel that's engraved with your name on it and the year you served as the master.
And do you use it for cornerstones?
No, I've never had the opportunity.
No?
The Grand Master, we laid a cornerstone at Tavares, the new city hall in Tavares.
Oh, my.
And we had 50 Masons there, and we had really good turnout. And it was unbelievable.
Oh gosh, we're out of time. But anyway. We're very excited about this. For the listeners, we will put all of this information on the Facebook page. Again, this is the George Washington Gavel. It's a national treasure coming to Ocala March 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I want to thank our two guests, Right Worshipful Bill Katsoulis, District Deputy Grand Master. Thank you, Bill. And Worshipful Glenn Lee Garner, Past Master of the Ornan Lodge, number 117, both of whom Williston. And the George Washington Gavel Committee. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming in here. Good, very, very cool stuff. We will take a little break. Be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff on ABC's This Week.
The only question is why the president would make up such a thing.
Schiff and Republican House Intelligence Chair Devin Nunes requested proof of